Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my Summer Lunch and Learn series. I'm Helen Panos. I am the owner of Dynamis Learning. It's a K through 12 tutoring SAT, ACT prep company. We do executive functioning as well for 6th through 12th graders and adults. That is a new offering. We also do college essay writing and application assistance. We do several things, so that's the main stuff. You could check out our website at dynamislearningacademy.com. It's being updated as we speak, actually, on the SAT and ACT. The executive functioning page is now current. So we keep having to update as the company grows. Have about 20 tutors now, I think. I think I paid about 17 of them yesterday. And so we continue to add people. I keep getting requests for all kinds of things, and I have some important, fun things to share with you soon. I hope after this week, so I'll keep that in the back seat and then my back pocket for now until I know more information about that. So that'll be a surprise announcement at some point in September. But right now we have Laurie Genevish.
Genevish.
I knew that. Why do I mess it up? So she is here again. She was with us last year, I think, and you're on my podcast for season 14. And welcome to the show. First of all, Laurie, thanks for joining me again.
And thank you. I enjoy it.
Gosh, Laurie's company is growing as well. She's doing very well. Some things have changed, right? And she can kind of clue us in when she introduces herself in a minute. But gosh, Laurie and I have known each other several years now. I don't know. I think I've lost track. Well, maybe 6 or 7 at least, I would think.
I think that's right. Yeah.
Because I think we met back at What Women Want, maybe at first.
I think so. One of
those. That was a while ago when we met at a networking event. So Laurie does a great job with the whole college planning arena, and I'm going to let her introduce herself because I think people can introduce themselves better than I can.
Awesome. Well, yeah, as Helen said, I'm Laurie Genevish. My business is My Ideal College, and we do career and educational consulting. It's all about helping teens, college students, and the occasional mid-20-year-old figure out what's the best path for them and how to get there.
Mm-hmm. That's right. And that's important. Mm-hmm. And you got to start early.
Yes. Yeah.
So I know you'll probably include that in some of your answers, but let's start with this. So many parents feel lost when it comes to helping their teen plan for life after high school. Gosh, there's a lot going on these days with that, right? Nothing like when I was growing up. My mom didn't have to worry about all that. You might have not either, and you just had a senior. No. Maybe your senior, but maybe not your other one. But where should they even begin, Laurie? What's the best way for them to start?
I would say they start mapping out what are the different tasks you think need to happen. And even, start as early as freshman, sophomore year of high school, right? Because senior year is going to come up fast, and start by having discussions, without the pressure. Your team, hey, what are your thoughts after high school? What do you may not have all the answers right now, but what are you thinking? Do you have schools you want to consider, or careers you're interested in? And start having those conversations early, and then map out steps and include the teen in those steps as well. Empower them to do some of this action as well.
Oh, that sounds like a great idea. We're all about empowering here at Dynamis Learning too. Just had a phone conversation on my way up to Cobb with one parent about that and executive functioning. So you've helped hundreds of families, I'm sure, maybe even thousands. What are some of the biggest mistakes you see parents making, and how can they avoid them? Because we all make mistakes. There's no real big guide here, right?
Right. Well, and the thing is that you want to seek guidance because a lot of times I get questions. I'm like, well, it depends. Well, it depends. Depends where you want to go. It depends what you want to do. So one of the biggest mistakes is you start, you need don't start soon enough.
Mhm.
You really are gonna do yourself a favor if you start, sophomore year versus the summer right before their senior year. I literally have gotten parents, they're like, I'm on a tour and I realize I can't do this on my own. So help, we need help. So not starting early enough. Also, not, I'm all about beginning with the end in mind. What this path you're taking after high school,
Mhm.
the goal is to get you a job, right? And something that you love. The goal is not just get into college and figure it out later, because that's where you get the I'm on my sixth major change or on my third college because I just can't figure this out. So you need to, have an idea of whatever that educational path is that's going to get you a job that you enjoy.
Or I guess you can waste some money, right?
I mean, that's why I work with college. I have my business. If there's any college students out there that need help, my goal is to help parents so they don't get that college student that's like, I don't even think college was right for me, or
Mhm. Uh-oh. Just lost you for a minute there. Oops. Not sure what happened. Oh no. Uh-oh. Lost you. Hmm. Ah, there you are. This one's just roaming. I don't know what happened to that one. This is the new Lori.
so so yeah, go with a purpose. Yeah, this path, and that it's going to be the right thing for your teen. That it's going to give them the salary they want, the education they want, and so they're not bouncing around trying to figure it out on their own.
Mhm. And so college, speaking of college, not is not the only path to success, as we know.
Hmm.
And it's not that big of a deal anymore. It seemed to be that people might be embarrassed if they didn't go to college, I guess, because there was such a push. I remember a few years ago, since I was in education, about counties pushing them into colleges, and that might not
Yeah.
be for everyone, right? So, what should parents know about options like trades? Gap years are pretty popular, or jumping into the workforce, which is
Yeah.
also popular.
I mean, every person's unique. As you mentioned, my youngest is starting at KSU in architecture. My oldest decided to go into the Marine Reserves and work. And both are happy and doing well. As parents, because that's what we're used to, right? You got to go to college. You got to have the college experience. Um,
Mhm,
and and it may be right for your team, but it may not be. People think you don't make as much in trades, but you know one, a lot of these trades are not going to be affected by AI. um and as also too, I mean, you hear all the time people get laid off in corporations and such. So I don't know if anything is secure anymore,
mhm.
in regards from that perspective. So I think you need to be open to the opportunity. I worked with one young student last summer who he was on his third college. And the parents were like, okay, maybe this isn't right for him, but we don't know what.
Mhm.
And I worked with him, and long story short, he's going into the Mercedes-Benz automotive program.
Oh,
So
yeah.
excited. But also too, like when I worked with him, he also scored high in human resources. And he's like, I do want to go back to school at some point, just not right now, college. And I said, you know what? When you go into the Mercedes, start making friends with the HR people and find out more about it. So,
Mhm,
um, as parents, we need to be open to options and don't feel like you have to have a college degree is
mhm,
is the biggest thing.
mhm. So I know I'm gonna throw one extra question in there that you didn't plan
Sure.
on. So I was talking to another college person when I was networking, and they said they're, especially in the medical arena, I guess they're looking. People are not coming into some of these bigger, let's say Ivy League colleges like a Harvard or a Yale or something like that, and maybe there's other ones they're not looking at anymore. I don't know if
Mhm.
you deal with any international students or not, but apparently they're looking for colleges for them in Canada, and
Oh,
the
wow.
UK. I heard you do not. You can go straight into med school and not even go to undergrad. And there's apparently some other
Mhm.
countries that do that. And you, I guess, you can save a whole lot of money that way if they accept you. Do you know much about that? Are you looking in terms of that kind of thing for any kids? Has anybody approached you about that? I guess is my question.
Um, yeah, I've had a couple throughout my years where they said they want to go abroad. Now I don't know about colleges abroad. I would refer them to someone else. But yeah, I mean it definitely could be an option. I think I think as parents we need to, not get stuck on certain schools. And the important thing is what kinds of jobs are you going to get, right? By
Hmm.
going to the school. And there's some schools that are great that cost a lot less money that you'll get a good job. So you really want to focus on what are the internship opportunities because internships are going to be really critical to
Hmm.
help you get a job after college.
Hmm. That's true. Well, is there anything else? Can you tell them where to find you? And I know they can get your timeline checklist on your website.
Yeah, so would love to chat if anyone has questions. If you go to my website, myidealcollege.org, that's .org, you'll see a pop-up. You can get my free timeline checklist that lists everything out from ninth to 12th grade, so you can set a plan to see to help take out that stress because I'll ask parents, they'll say, well, what questions do you have? They're like, I don't know. You need to tell me what I need to do. So yeah, so go to my ideal timeline checklist. Also, I'll be doing an information session in October. I don't have the date yet, but follow me and keep. You'll find out about the 30-minute session information session I'm doing that
Mm,
you can also learn more.
great. Cool. That's great. That timeline checklist, folks, I think I would get that. So if you're a seventh grade parent, yes, I said seventh grade. If you're an
Yeah.
eighth grade parent, definitely like now in
Mm-hmm.
September, not
Mm-hmm.
April. You need to be getting that timeline checklist so you can be looking at it now to kind of prep yourself ahead of ninth grade year so you can see what's all involved. It's perfect. And then reach out to Laurie. I'm sure she has a, do you have a free consultation of
I
at first?
I do. So when you go into my website too, you'll see the college assessment plan call where for 30 minutes I'll see answer what questions you have, see what your needs might be, and make recommendations based on that.
Great. Awesome. Well, thank
Yeah.
you again for joining me, Laurie. Can't wait for your episode of the podcast to come out. That's on Smart Parents, Successful Students podcast. We just rolled out episode 1, which is on executive functioning. I don't remember what episode you're on right now off the top of my head.
That's okay.
But my assistant will be sending it out to you. And you will see it on, if you're following Dynamis Learning on any of the social media channels, they will be hitting every week on a Tuesday morning around 10 a.m. It's going to be on Spotify. We did a video, so you'll see that out on my YouTube channel as well. That's some of the changes we have for Smart Parents, Successful Students. So, guys, I appreciate your time. And Laurie, thank you again. And everybody,
Thank
I
you.
hope you guys have a great short week, right? Because it was a holiday yesterday. It doesn't feel like it's Wednesday already, but it is. All right. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Until next week, when I have another great guest on, Dr. Rossner. You don't want to miss her. It's all about college
You do
these 2
not.
weeks. Yep, we all know her. And
Yep.
she's going to talk about the debt-free degree and grit. You got to come find out what that's all about. All right. Take care. Bye for now. Yep. There we go.